Today we'll be unboxing the Vivosun VS1000 grow light. I want to thank Vivosun for sending this grow light over for us to unbox. I'm a big fan of their heat mats. We have quite a few of them. There's two 10 by 20s and a single 20 by 20, and we start a lot of plants in the spring and fall, and a really good grow light has been a big game changer for me. And today we're going to be unboxing this grow light. I'm very excited to use it because it is dimmable. It's 100 watts and it can be dimmed down by 75 and 50%. So let's unbox this and see what's in here. This is the wrapping that is the shipping wrapping. And here you have the Vivosun grow light box. It reminds me of a computer parts box. It's got that color. It's almost like a motherboard box if you're ever into putting together your own computer. That's what it looks like to me. And then in the box we have, I assume this is probably the power supply, the grow light instruction manual, and then let's see what's here. What else is here? So here is the grow light. It's a wafer. It's a large wafer, and the ballast is on top. It's quite heavy, and then you hang it from these 4 posts here. Let's move this stuff out of the way, and let's look at what's inside the other boxes. I think there are some grow light glasses, and those are probably for the serious growers that use the light to grow plants indoors. We're using our light to start the plants, so we're not daisy chaining a bunch of these where the room is going to be super bright and we need some type of eye protection. So let's see what's in this box. It looks to be the power cord and some of the hanging brackets. Got the power cord here, and then you got a couple of the hanging brackets, and I assume it goes in like this, and you hook it on, and then same for this side. Put this on, and then you can hang it. So let's see what's in here. This box is a little bit heavy. So here's the sunglasses, or I should say grow light glasses, and it comes with some lens cleaner for cleaning your grow light. And I think you guys probably want to see this in action, I guess. Everything is green. Whoa, the plants look greener. This light's working. Okay, let's put that aside. And let's see what else is in the box. My guess is the ballast, if it's not built in. Let's see what it is. Nope, more hanging accessory. So that's really cool. The ballast is built into this light, and you have this power cord on here that attaches, and these are the rope hangers. So they're pretty cool, nice and hefty. So you know it's going to be probably pretty robust for hanging your lights, since this is somewhat heavy. So let's flip it over and look at the panel itself. It's got this protective cover on it, and these are Samsung LEDs, and it's once again wafer thin with the bulk of the weight in the ballast. And then we'll hang it onto our rack and see how it works. What I like about these lights is that they're very serious lights. However, these are more of a do-it-yourself type of equipment where you have to figure out how to hang it and how to use it in your particular application. So for us, we use a standard shelf that we can get from the hardware store, and we hang it on there, and we grow we start our plants under them, and they've grown into really strong, robust plants, which is really important if you're gardening, to have strong, robust plants. Once you set them out in the garden, they're less susceptible to pests and disease, if you don't give them a good start, you're going to be spending your energy later on getting them happy or fighting disease and pests for them. So that's why a really good grow light has been a big game changer for us. So I want to thank Vivosun for sending this grow light over, and I'm very excited to give it a test and use it. And what I like about it, once again, is that it's dimmable, because in the fall or even throughout the year, we're not starting as many plants as we are in the spring. So we don't need it at 100%. This is probably all the plants that we start throughout the year. But in the spring, we're using up all these heat mats, and we need a really intense light to power through and give our plants the start that they need. So we're gonna go set it up and see how it goes. This is the setup that we use to start our seedlings, and it's worked out really well. It is comprised of a short rack that you can get from the hardware store, and then we hang our grow light from the top. The spread of the light actually is pretty wide, so we use most of the floor where the light touches. And previously we used a light that is 130 watts, so it is a really powerful light. And in the springtime, it's a really great light. But now in the summertime, we don't have as many plants, so it's better to use something that is dimmable so that we can save a little bit on the electric bill. And here are the switches, or the switch, and you can dim it down to 75%, 50%, 25%. So we'll get it back to 100% here. Compared to that 130 watt light, it's not as bright, but once again, this is summertime, we're not starting as many plants. The other thing about this setup is that we start our seedlings down underneath the light, and as they get taller, we can start moving them to the side, where because of their height, they can reach the light a little bit more. And in addition, you don't want to place it underneath because it can burn the plant. So even though you see that we have a rack here, do note that the space is not limited just to the rack space. It's actually limited to whatever lighting condition your plant needs and how far the lamp reaches. So this is our setup, and this is how we mounted our Vivosun LED grow light. We used the carabiners that came with the clip, and we simply clipped it onto the rack, and we have the cord fished through the rack here just to give it a little bit of stability so that it doesn't go flying around, and it takes some shaking to move it. So for the most part, it's a really good setup, and it's a great way to start our plants. And once again, great start on plants means robust plants, less prone to disease and pests. That means less work and less pesticides needed in the garden. And in fact, we don't use any pesticides when we grow, not even the organic type, because we put our energy towards growing plants that are resistant to all those things. So that's our setup, and we're excited to try out this Vivosun for the plant starts that we are going to grow for our garden. This is the Vivosun VS1000 grow light. It is a serious grow light for indoor growing or serious starting of plants for your garden. I want to thank Vivosun for sending this over. We're excited to give this a test, and thanks for watching our unboxing video.